everyone, welcome back to the series where we are together learning about the Limitation Act. By this time, we have learned till section 12. In today's video, we are going to discuss about section 13 of the Limitation Act. Every section in the Limitation Act has its own importance, but section 13 has a special importance of its own. Why? Because it deals with the exclusion of time in case where leave to sue or appeal as a pauper is being applied for. However, before going into the details of the section, let's understand what the term pauper means. Do you have any idea about it? Actually, pauper is mentioned in Order 33 of the Civil Procedure Code, and it defines that any person who is incapable or is not financially so sound to pay the court fees, in this case, he can request the court to waive off his court fees. But this term pauper has no more been in use. Now it has been replaced by the term indigent person. So I believe now you understand what the term pauper, or better say indigent person, means. So having understood what the term pauper, or better say indigent person, mean, let's get started with section 13. Let's first see what the Bare Act says. In computing the period of limitation prescribed for any suit or appeal, in any case where an application for leave to sue or appeal as a pauper has been made and rejected, the time during which the applicant has been prosecuting in good faith his application for such leave shall be excluded, and the court may, on the payment of the court fees prescribed for such suit or appeal, treat the suit or appeal as having the same force and effect as if the court fees have been paid in the first instance. First of all, let's not get so confused about the lengthy complex sentence of this section 13. So let us understand it by a simple example. Suppose A has to file an appeal but do not have sufficient resource to pay the court fees. In this condition, what will A do? Remember, in the beginning of the video, we have discussed that Order 33 of the Civil Procedure Code, under which one can request the court to waive off his fees, the court fees that they are supposed to pay. Therefore, in our example, A also needs to file an application before the court stating that he is an indigent person and declaring that he does not have enough resource to pay the court fees. Now, the application gets rejected by the court. In this case, what will be the prescribed time? Let's understand the issue with an illustration. Suppose the cause of action has arisen in 1st of October 2020. Now A has to file an appeal within 90 days. That is within 29th of December 2020. Now A in good faith believes that he do not have sufficient resource to pay the court fees in relation to filing of that appeal. Therefore, he makes an application before the court within the prescribed period of 90 days. That is on 1st of November 2020, that he is unable to pay the court fees and prays before the court to exempt the same. The court takes on the matter on the 3rd of November 2020, and on 1st of December 2020 comes to the conclusion that A is not an indigent person. So in this case, the time period of A's application of the exemption of court fees starting from the date of filing the application to the date of rejection of the application will be excluded, and then this time period will be added with the prescribed time. So in our case, A has filed the application on 1st of November 2020 and the date of rejection is on 1st of December 2020. Likewise, the total time lapse in this process is 31 days. Now this 31 days will be excluded and it will be added in the prescribed time. Hence, the new prescribed time period will be 29th of December 2020 plus the 31 days that are added to it. That is, the new time will be till 29th of January 2021, within which A has to file the appeal with the allotted court fees. A files the appeal on 1st January 2021. His date of application, however, will be considered to be 1st of November 2020 when he made the application for the exemption of the court fees and will be deemed to be applied with the proper court fees. Now, it is very important to note here that the prescribed period will only be excluded and added only in cases where the application was made in good faith. Now, you might have in your mind that what happens if the application gets accepted. You must remember the application for the exemption of court fees is not an application for appeal. Once your application of exemption is accepted, you have to file the appeal. Now, your date of filing the appeal will be deemed to be the date of application where you have made the application for the exemption of court fees. So, before we wrap up, let's now have a quick recap of what we have discussed in this video today. While discussing Section 13 of the Limitation Act, we have discussed the calculation of the prescribed time in this case if the applicant files an application for the exemption of court fees on the ground of being an indigent person or pauper, and what happens if it gets rejected. We understood that on rejection of an application for exemption of court fees made in good faith, the time period of the pendency of the decision will be excluded and added in the prescribed period. Now, I hope with this video your conception about Section 13 is clear. So, I'll catch up in the next video where we will discuss about the other relevant sections.